Hey traders, John Howell here, officialjohnhowell.com. In this video we're going to have a quick market update, so let's get straight into it. Do not place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video today, because trading is risky and it can cause substantial financial loss. There are so many areas you need to become good at to become a good trader. Emotional mastery, chart reading, trading systems, money and trade management. So this video is just educational only to help you become a much better trader. Alright, let's get straight into this market update, and what we're going to do is we're just going to have a quick look at what's happening overall. Now, overall, there's a few things that's been happening on the S&P chart, and I'll show you what I'm seeing here. Firstly, what I do see is if you look at the monthly chart, okay, you can see on the monthly chart that the monthly chart has had a lot of obviously resistance where it is right now, and a lot of resistance up there. We obviously see that. We also can see that this monthly chart, which is also the weekly chart as well too, you can see how this weekly chart has been having this trend line up, and that's where it is right now. It's still at that weekly trend line I was talking about last week, and so we can see that's what's happening on the chart itself, and we can see it's sort of hovering around there. Now you can see that if I bring this trend line up a little bit through here, you can see these weeks here. These weeks right through here is where the market rejected once, rejected twice, and then dropped. So that is the whole level of support and resistance. Now, if I bring this back down to here, this level through here, that's where we are at right now. Now, if I bring up the daily charts, you can actually see a few things. This is obviously the daily chart to the right, and obviously daily chart to the left. We can see that we have a bit of a down day. We have a big volume and a spike in volume. And so with that being said, we can see that is actually a very, very bearish sign. You can see a bit of divergence happening on the stochastics as well too. We're at this area of resistance. That's a very, very weak sign. It's definitely a very weak sign, and I would say we're likely to get a bit more downside based on that alone. Now, if we can break this trough through here, then that tells me that we're likely to spend at least some time to the downside, at least coming down towards this level through here, which is around the 2040 level, and maybe even lower. So that's what I see on the Dow Jones or the Russell. Same, or should I say the S&P, same sort of thing on the Dow Jones. You can see here, very big spike in volume as well too. It's telling you that, hey, this pullback here is now getting ready for a lot more of a pullback. That's what I'm seeing right now, guys. I can see here on the stochastics as well too, getting a lot of divergence through here as well too. So that's telling me we're getting ready for a pullback now. Russell as well. Now the thing with Russell, guys, is you can actually see we actually had a resistance, broke back up, came back down, and it's actually breaking back below this level through here. This Russell has been the weakest out of all of them, and you can see how it's just broken back below through there. And looking at the Nasdaq as well too, you can see on the Nasdaq as well, you can see how the Nasdaq, it had a bit of an increase in volume, but we're not talking a spike in volume, nothing like back here, you know what I mean? So we did get, so you can see that this day here we got a real big spike in volume. So it wasn't really a spike in volume, but I do say that this gap is likely to be filled this week based on what I'm seeing here. And as you can see, these trend lines here, you're probably saying, what's that trend line there? Sometimes this charting software is a bit weird, but you can see here on the monthly chart, this is where the monthly chart, this whole sort of monthly long-term resistance line is coming into play right now. So that's what I'm saying right now, guys. Same sort of situation on the stochastics as well too. So we're seeing a lot of downside coming into play, and I do believe this week we're likely to see a pullback week in the markets. Saying that, but once again, guys, we've got to keep an eye on those peaks and troughs. If we do start to if we do have a down day and start breaking past this trough, that's going to be the first time in this sort of upward run. And from that, we are likely to get at least a 50% retracement. So from there to there, where's the 50% retracement? Well, there's the 50% down there. So that's where I believe the market is likely to get to. This whole level through here, guys, is the 50% level, the 50% retracement, and that's where I believe the market is likely to get to before it starts to do whatever it wants to do moving forward. So that's just what I think, guys. We'll see what happens. So anyway, guys, have an amazing day. Remember, success can be yours if you go claim it. So step up, take massive action, and face your fears today.